BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
The BDN Maine Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is also brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank, Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, and by Time Warner Cable Community, Dean's Detailing, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine.
Welcome to Doyle Field for a matchup of two undefeateds. We're talking about Brewer and Skowhegan. This is the BDN Sportsnet Maine Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Quirk. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. I'm Aaron Jackson alongside Mike DeVito. And Mike, we are both, I think, very excited for this one.
Aaron, I couldn't be more excited for this game. The weather out here is beautiful. Two 3-0 teams going at it tonight. Really excited. It's going to be a really good game.
And we talked about the weather. Last time we were here just a couple weeks ago, kids dealing with cramps. It was so hot out. This week, rainy, cold, definitely a different scene.
Yeah, this is the kind of weather you want a game like this in. There will be no cramps tonight, no worries about that. These guys are going to go out there and battle in the dark tonight.
That's exactly what they'll be doing. Again, Class B undefeateds playing tonight. Skowhegan and Brewer, two very different styles of play, which we'll get into here in a little bit. The pregame show is brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank. For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations and 750 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank is committed to one simple promise: you matter more. We'll continue our pregame with coaches' interviews right after this.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Welcome back to the Bangor Savings Bank pregame show. It's time now to hear from both coaches. We start with our Jim Churchill, who caught up with Skowhegan coach Matt Friedman just a short while ago.
Talk about your team. How would you characterize the Indians this year?
Well, we're a fairly experienced team. We've got 14 seniors. Most of them got a lot of playing time last year on the varsity level. We return about 8 starters on both sides of the football, so that's a good thing. We are breaking in a few new players that didn't even play football, but good athletes in the school that have come out and joined us.
And let's talk about some of the individuals. Who should the fans be watching for out there offensively and defensively for your team?
Well, our offense starts with our quarterback, Garrett McSweeney. He is senior now. He's been starting since about the 6th game of his sophomore year. He's just a good leader. He's very calm and collected, and very smart with the football.
All right, let's talk about the Brewer Witches, also 3-0. You've had a chance to study them on film. What do you think?
Absolutely. Well, they're a very powerful team, very big up front, very big in the backfield. You know, they're going to come right at you on both sides of the football, and, you know, it's up to us to try to match that.
Well, Nick, off to a 3-0 start. What did you guys find out about yourselves last week against Gardner?
I think we found out that we're able to play at a pretty high level. You know, before in the first couple of games, we've been having a little bit of a trouble with some offsides penalties and just a lot of mental mistakes. And I think somewhere around the second quarter of the Gardner game, we really we had a couple of guys go down, and we really found out a lot about ourselves, and we really stepped it up a notch. And you know, we put together a drive, went right down the field, and I think we are finally starting to see the type of team that we're going to be able to be this year.
So what's the most important dynamic that you guys have discovered over the first 3 weeks then of this season?
Just getting rid of the mental mistakes and doing your job. I mean, I hate to make a Patriots reference like that, but you know, that's something that we preach to our guys, is that if you do your job every single play, and you know, then we have the capability on offense to have a touchdown every single play, and defensively we have the capability of making a play for a loss. So.
Well, this week you're going into what's a pretty important mid-season game with a home game against Skowhegan, two unbeaten teams. Give us a few thoughts about that particular matchup.
Skowhegan's a heck of a team. Coach Friedman's an unbelievable coach. I've had the privilege of coaching with him in the Lobster Bowl. You know, and he has really done great things with the program over there. They have one of the better quarterbacks in the league in Garrett McSweeney. They have some unbelievable athletes for him to throw to, and it's going to be a real test for us, both in the secondary and then both for up front.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. Dean's gift cards are always the perfect gift for the holidays. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new. Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Auto and Cycle School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors are experienced, professional, and caring. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastautocycle.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Welcome back to Doyle Field as we get ready for a matchup of the undefeateds. I'm talking about the Brewer Witches and the Skowhegan Indians. This game set to get underway momentarily as both teams meet at the center of the field here for the coin toss. We got to get to your starting lineups. Aaron Jackson, Mike DeVito on the call alongside Jim Churchill, who you saw just a few moments ago. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Dean's Detailing. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy the ride. Call 945-3016 or visit deansdetailing.com. Now, speaking with Coach Matt Friedman before the game for the Indians, Mike, he said that their starting lineup is going to look a little bit different, but it's the same guy under center.
Yeah, Aaron, you know, Johnny Blodgett and starting wide receiver Sean Savage, two key guys in the Skowhegan offense go down. And now, how does Garrett McSweeney and that offense bounce back with those two guys out of the lineup? And so that's what we're looking for tonight.
And for the Brewer Witches, there's a few guys here with some major talent. You see one of them right there in Austin Lufkin, one of the offensive linemen for this team. But, Mike, really, if you take nothing away from this game, just remember the name Trey Wood, right?
Trey Wood. The second I walked in today, everybody was talking about was Trey Wood. Wood to wood all day. So I'm excited to see this young man play. Everybody's been real high on him. And he looks the part out there, Aaron. I'll tell you. I mean, he looks like a player. And so, you know, I'm excited in that big offensive line, opening up holes for him. I think that's going to be a fun matchup tonight.
Now, you notice if you followed our game a couple weeks ago for Brewer, they had a kicker named Tyler Bean, who's an offensive lineman, hit a 43-yarder, broke a school record. He is one of very few casualties for this Brewer Witches team right now. He's dealing with some injuries, so you will not see him today at kickoffs at least. It would likely hamper any shot at field goals as well as the kickoff is underway. Skowhegan has received, and they get the ball, and they are off to the races. They will start around the 43-44-yard line. Number 83, Cameron Barnes, with the return there, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, and Aaron, when you're looking at a game where you have two teams that are evenly matched, the special teams game becomes so important. And so, great start there for Skowhegan, getting your offense in good field position. I'm curious to see the special teams battle between these two teams tonight.
Yeah, and I know some people will kind of poo-poo special teams as kind of like the third part of the game, but we saw in yesterday's Patriots game, Mike, that's not the case at all. As we get under center here, Garrett McSweeney wide open is Barnes, I believe, down the field, and he is going to fumble at about the 5-yard line, but Skowhegan recovers. Number 7, John Bell gets the ball, and just like that, I mean, first play of this game, McSweeney finds an open receiver. We've got ourselves a touchdown already.
Great pass by McSweeney, and again, this is a great call by Coach Freeman. You know, first play of the game, take a shot. You see good protection up front, picking up the blitzer, open right over the middle. There we go, great running catch, got to hold on to that football. Great heads-up play by Bell there to be right on it, grab it. Skowhegan's on the board, 6-0.
Yeah, and a lot of players would probably celebrate their teammate getting on his way to the end zone there. Bell doesn't do that. He stays with it, and it pays off with a touchdown for him. And it was Barnes there, the kid that made the play on the kickoff return. As we have an extra point, it looks like that was very no good, and there's some flags here on the field. We'll see what the call is, but certainly we knew that Skowhegan was going to throw the ball, and you saw how close Brewer had a chance at an interception there, but their coverage was a little short, and Skowhegan made them pay.
Yeah, perfect pass by McSweeney. Great route running. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to start the game. Again, these games come down to momentum. Where's the momentum? Who has the momentum? And you can't ask for a better swing than the first play of the game throwing that 60-yard bomb.
So it looks like Skowhegan will have a second chance at this one here. It appears that the penalty was before the player on Brewer, so we'll see what happens here, as it appears they'll get the chance to go for it, and this time they'll go for 2 as opposed to going for the extra point. McSweeney is under center, they drive it in, and it looks like they get the 2. So 8-0 already for Skowhegan. First play of the game, 18 seconds off the clock. Wow, this has been interesting to start. You don't typically see that type of start here in high school football in the state of Maine.
Yeah, no question, Aaron. I'll tell you what, good call by Coach Freeman. I think he saw that first field goal attempt with the penalty. Skowhegan getting lucky there, but I think he decided to change his mind and run it. I think that was a good call.
This is the Sportsnet Maine and BDN Maine Game of the Week, brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. As we get ready for kickoff here, the Indians kicking off to the Witches. This one a high kick. It's going to take it all the way to about the 15-yard line. Hafford with the return here for Brewer. He'll take it down to about the 30-yard line, and that's where Brewer will start. So not quite as good field position as we saw for Skowhegan, but okay, 30-yard line, that's not too bad.
Yeah, we'll take it. Now what we're looking for, Aaron, is how does Brewer respond to that big play by Skowhegan? You want to come back. Now you want to get some production on the board, get some positive plays. Don't let that one play get you guys down. Get some momentum going back in their direction.
So they'll have their first opportunity to do so right here. And we mentioned the name Trey Wood, 45. Watch him in the backfield. He is a man amongst boys out there. We can expect big things from him and a lot of carries. As you see, he gets it there and can't go very far as Skowhegan is able to wrap him up quickly. They don't have the size that the Witches do, but they can combat that a little bit by just trying to overpower them with numbers, Mike.
Yeah, and you saw it right there. I don't know if they sent it back or through a gap, but good play up front there by the defensive line, holding the point. You see the line of scrimmage was held right at the line, and that allows those backers to fly in there and make plays.
And Cody Wood, the starting quarterback here for Brewer. He can throw the ball from time to time if need be, but again, they're looking to get it to Trey Wood. As you see the snap right here, it's going to be another carry, this time to the right-hand side, and Wood is taking down maybe a yard or 2 gain right there. So certainly so far anyway, Skowhegan making the plays they need to make.
Yeah, great play there by Holland getting off the block and stopping Wood from getting outside. You see, you want to attack a team on the edges to see how they hold up, and this was a great play. Young man getting in there, bringing the big guy down, and so you're going to have to set those edges today. It's going to be really important in this game.
Cooper Holland, a name you might hear quite a bit on offense as well. He is replacing one of those injured players we mentioned pregame as a wide receiver for the Indians, also getting it done defensively as well here as it's 3rd and 9 from the 31-yard line. It's going to be a pass play. Cody Wood rolling left. He's looking, he's going deep, he's got a man, and I believe he made the catch. That's number 81, Tyler Hafford. Nice play right there, diving to make the play as he gets taken down inside the 35-yard line. So Brewer needed a big play to combat what they saw in Skowhegan's first drive, and they get that.
Great pass. great play calling. You know, get the quarterback out, get him running. That definitely helps the offensive line in protection. We have a penalty down here too, Aaron, roughing the passer, so that's going to get added on to the play. Great job by Brewer bouncing back. You know, Skowhegan punches first, you throw that counter punch right back at him.
And that's exactly what they did. The penalty will add on quite a few yards as well. So Brewer, all of a sudden, they go from 3rd and 9 from their own 31, and now they're going to be, it looks like right inside the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. So certainly a big change of events for these Brewer Witches.
Yeah, big man territory here, Aaron.
Let's see what they can do as you see Cody Wood under center. The handoff is going to be to Trey Wood. He finds an opening there. And nothing much happening, though.
Yeah, they got lucky there. Again, you got to set those edges on defense. You don't want Big Wood getting around the outside and getting into your secondary. And so good job holding down the edges and making a play.
And today's game is brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank. For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations, 700 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank is committed to one simple promise: you matter more. As you see the field a little wet here. We had some rain earlier in the day on that replay, but certainly it's clear skies now as Wood gets the handoff. He's going right up the middle, and look at him. He's just carrying 2 or 3 guys, and looks like he's going to get down to about the 13, 12-yard line.
Yeah, he's running like he's mad, and you can see the offensive line is doing a good job up front getting push. You can tell they're a little bit upset about what's going on. They're trying to establish their presence. And again, Aaron, that's an offensive line that looks apart. I mean, there's some big boys there up front. That battle today between that smaller line of Skowhegan with these bigger guys, speed versus force, I'm curious to see how it plays out.
So Cody Wood under center here as they take the snap, and the ball is going to once again go to Trey Wood. It's 3rd and 4. That'll bring up a 4th and 1 for the Witches. And again, this is when last week or 2 weeks ago they had Tyler Bean kicked a 43-yard field goal, breaking the school record. You'd like to see a guy like that in this game, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be likely, dealing with some nagging injuries. So they're going to have to go for it here on 4th and 1. We'll see what they're able to come up with as the ball is snapped, and grabbing it will be Zach Duncan, the senior running back and linebacker. He's off the edge on the right-hand side, and it looks like he'll have enough for the first.
Yeah, Aaron, little fullback dive, nothing there, and Duncan does a great job bouncing out, getting again onto the edge and getting that first down. And those conversions are going to be key, man. Just, 4th down, you want to continue this drive, keep this drive going. Great run. Great job up front blocking. He gets out of there, makes a play.
Yeah, you see the replay right there. That'll bring him down to the 6-yard line, so they are deep into Indian territory here as they look to possibly convert and try to get 6 points and possibly tie this game up. Definitely a fall atmosphere here, Mike. It is
beautiful.
Chilly. I can feel it in my fingers as Wood gets the handoff. He's dragging guys with him, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown for Brewer. They put 6 on the board to combat the 8 put on the board by Skowhegan earlier.
Yeah, great job running by Wood there. You love these goal line situations. This is where it's mano-a-mano, big man on big man, and Brewer does a good job of swelling up and punching the ball right in there. Wood does a good job staying behind his back, and he just walks right in.
Yeah, great play by there. Zach Duncan, the guy you saw in the previous carry there as well, making a nice block to get him in there free for the touchdown. Nice play all around for the Witches, as you'd expect that they would probably go for 2 here in the chance, and they will.
Why not? You got those big boys up front. Keep pounding it.
Especially if you don't have, high school football in Maine, if you have one kicker, that's pretty impressive. So trying to find a secondary kicker is not always easy. There goes Wood right up the middle. He's bulling his way through. That offensive line left him some space, and he took some big-time advantage of it.
Yeah, Aaron, and that's where the mismatch is going to be. When you get into these goal line, short yardage situations, obviously Brewer with that bigger offensive line, they can lean on those guys. It kind of neutralizes their speed because there's really just, it's just, again, man on man. And so Skowhegan's going to have to come up with some game plan stuff, look back, get some ideas together on how they're going to adjust, and maybe get some guys moving, stunting into gaps, trying to throw Brewer offline because, those guys are so big up front, you don't want them going one-on-one.
Yeah, Austin Lufkin there, number 61, leading the way. Today's game, the BDN Main Game of the Week, is brought to you by Greenway Equipment. For the best in John Deere sales and service, you know where to go. It's Greenway Equipment, 2 locations, Bangor and Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook, Greenway Equipment. You know, Mike, you know what it is.
Nothing runs like a deer.
That is a factual statement.
Except Trey Wood.
Trey Wood often will run like a deer.
Trey Wood runs like a deer.
I think we could make the argument, Mike, that maybe you would run like a deer. I think you got some speed.
I would run like a tank.
Hey, I mean, that's probably what you want to do, right?
Slow and steady. Not much lateral movement.
Just go front and get the momentum going, right?
That's it. Straight ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the same way that I run as well. Just not as fast or as powerful. Skowhegan will get the ball here as we get their second possession of the game, and there's an opening on the right-hand side on the kickoff, and they will bring it past the 50-yard line. So just like that, once again, they are in Witches territory. It's Cameron Barnes again with the return.
Yeah, great return by Barnes, and again, special teams so important. Putting his team in position to make plays and have a successful drive. You're starting, last time was on the 46. Now they're in their own territory. This is looking really good. Excited about their special teams unit, the way they're playing right now.
So another chance here for Garrett McSweeney. Remember, they were only on the field for one play last time as they optioned the run this time. So they opt to not put it into the air. As you see, a nice play there, a few yards picked up.
Yeah, and good play call. Obviously, you throw a shot on the first play. You got this defense thinking pass. They got their hands in the ground, running upfield, and you just throw a little draw play in there, pick up a couple yards.
Jacob Murray that time with the play. So now you see, I mean, this is what Skowhegan does. Look at the amount of wide receivers they have out there. It's tough to defend that. This time, though, the pass will be incomplete, as it looked like they were doing just a quick play there, looking for a couple quick yards and weren't able to get it. But, Mike, 5 wide receivers they had lined up on that one.
Looks like New England. Looks like New England with Brady in there. Yeah, again, I mean, haven't been around high school football not that long. The few games I've seen, you don't usually see 5 wides that often. And so you gotta respect Coach Freeman for putting this kind of offense in. I enjoy it.
So 3rd and 10 here from the 49-yard line. McSweeney has it, and he is going to be taken down quickly. There is a flag on the field. We'll see what the penalty is, but certainly no gain there. And that's what Coach Arthurs was saying before the game is, yeah, we've got to have our defensive backs ready, but really we've got to get the pressure on him.
Yeah, so important. I mean, you want to help your secondary out. You get those big guys up front getting back there. Get McSweeney moving around in the pocket. Have him uncomfortable thinking people are coming. And that'll help your secondary all day. We got a face mask on Brewer. Again, in these games where you got evenly matched teams, penalties become so crucial. And so you got to make sure you're playing smart out there.
Yeah, especially it seems like in that instance they probably had him wrapped up one way or the other. Didn't necessarily have to put the hands on the face mask there. Though sometimes it's inadvertent. I mean, you just got your hands, you're trying to get there, you're trying to get in, and just it somehow becomes part of the face mask. I'm sure you know that well.
It's so hard, Aaron, especially you got 3-4 guys there. Everybody's mixed in the scrum, and you don't know what you're grabbing. And so, yeah, it can be difficult. Didn't look like it was a intentional foul.
So now that puts them at the 34-yard line with a fresh set of downs for the Indians as McSweeney's looking right. He throws the screen pass out in the flats, and that is going to go for a decent gain. It looks like about 8-9 yards. That'll leave him with 2nd and short.
Yeah, nice screen pass there. And one thing Coach Freeman was talking about was Sweeney's decision-making, how he's able to stay back there and make good decisions. And so you see him just toss a little screen pass out to the side and pick up 8 yards. Nice play. Getting these chunk plays is going to be important.
Yeah, and you talk about his decision-making. I mean, the numbers, we were talking to him earlier in the week, 38 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in his career. Didn't touch the ball as a quarterback until he was a freshman in high school. As he gets the snap and hands this one off, they'll just try to get the couple of yards they need, and it looks like they're going to get them because he breaks through the entire Brewer roster who is on him and somehow gets the first down.
Great job running the football. And again, you're trying to establish an attitude right now. Brewer, is known as being the bigger, tougher physical team. Here you see Skowhegan trying to bring it and running hard downhill. Great job running the football there. Extra 4 or 5 yards after contact.
So a nice play by them picks up the first down as you see McSweeney now surrounded by his teammates in the backfield, but it looks like he'll be throwing, and he is, and it's wide open on the left-hand corner for another touchdown for Skowhegan. A great play right there to Cameron Barnes. His 2nd big catch of the game, though he doesn't get credit for that first one for the touchdown. He still gets some major yardage, and that time he gets the redemption in the touchdown.
Yeah, great catch. Let's see the protection up front here. These guys look good up front. Again, giving McSweeney all day to throw. Great throw and catch there. Throw it to the big man. Great play. And again, Sean Savage, their number 1 receiver, is down, so these guys are stepping up, doing a good job filling in his role.
And we knew they were going to be throwing the football, but this is even surprising, and they do go for the extra point here, and Well, who else is going to kick it? Might as well let the quarterback kick the extra point, right?
I mean, he just gets things done. I mean, McSweeney for president.
15-8 now your score as we're just about halfway through, a little over halfway through, actually, this first quarter. So Skowhegan will take the lead again, 15-8, 5:46 to go here as both teams get ready.
You know what I find so difficult, Aaron, or watching these guys is how all your offensive players are now going back on defense. So it's like you don't have a lot of time other than halftime to make adjustments because these guys got to go right back there and play on offense, play on defense now. When I would get off the field in the NFL, we'd sit down and we'd have, the entire drive to game plan the next defense.
Yeah,
get
these yelled at a little bit and take your punishment and then get through with it, right?
Yeah.
So today's game brought to you, the Sportsnet Maine Game of the Week, BDN Maine Game of the Week, brought to you by Time Warner Cable Community. Fantasy football is alive and well on Time Warner Cable Community Channel 9. Stay informed and up to date on your favorite teams and players with the nationally acclaimed Fantasy Huddle, Fridays at 4 p.m., 9 p.m., Saturdays at 6:30 p.m., Sundays at 11:30 a.m., only on Time Warner Cable Community. I'm going to have to check that out because my fantasy teams could use some help. I can't draft Mike DeVito anymore.
See, that's the problem. You want fantasy points.
Yeah.
I got to look and see how many fantasy points I actually got over a 9-year career.
Skowhegan this time kicks it off short, and it's going to go for a few yards here, and just inside on the other side of the 35-yard line, down to about the 36 or 37. Paco Rodriguez there with the return.
So now back to Wood to Wood. Trey Wood, again, finishing off that last drive, doing a great job running the football. Let's see if they go back to him, obviously, and continue in that streak. If it worked for you the first time, go right back to it.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't forget, though, that they had that pass play that was a huge difference maker for this team. So they can throw it if they need to, but certainly I expect we're going to see a lot more Trey Wood. They want to keep the ball, if nothing else, out of the Skowhegan Indians' hands on offense.
Right.
So here we go. The handoff does go to Wood. He's going right-hand side. That's where he likes to go, and he is down past the 40 to about the 41, 42-yard line. So a nice pickup there for him, about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, nice run by Wood. And, Skowhegan's there. They're making plays. They're running through gaps. Just got to bring the guy down. Again, Woods doesn't look like an easy guy to bring down. I'm not sure I could bring the big man down, but you got to make the tackles. That's a tackle for no gain if that man brings him down. So again, missed tackles is something you want to try to scratch that.
So 2nd down and 5 here from the 42-yard line. The ball is snapped, and there's going to be some penalties on the field. We'll see what the call is here as the play is blown dead.
Try to limit the penalties as much as possible. False start.
That's a tough one to take right there. That'll push him back a few yards.
Penalties and special teams in these tight games, I mean, that's really – and turnovers. Turnovers, penalties, special teams. When you got even match teams, that's what it really comes down to.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So essentially the Ray Wood run from the previous play is wiped out, and they lose it down in the process. So 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Actually, about the 35-yard line. We'll see what they can do here. Wood is going to hand it off to Trey Wood. He finds himself an opening. He bowls over some guys, and he is down to about the 48, 49-yard line. Nice play going right up the middle there. He found himself a tiny little gap and turned it into a big gain.
Yeah, nice run there. I mean, this is something these guys are going to have to work on, is bringing the big guy down.
And some good deception right there, too.
Yeah, I thought the fullback had it. I was watching him. Good job by Trey Wood. Good play call.
That's something that you might see some more of here for the Brewer Witches, because they know what's happening, so you got to find some way to deceive them as possible. You see number 30 in the backfield as well. That's Zach Duncan, who did get a carry on that last drive, as we're going to have a penalty here. We'll see if it's a false start or encroachment. It looks like it might be a false start on that one. This may be a chance where you might see him go deep or something like that, because they can expect to get those 5 yards later. They will not, though. That's why I'm not a coach, and they are. Trey Wood gets it. He gets it down into Indians territory, well into Indians territory, about the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't get me that time.
Pick up a first.
They didn't get me that time, Aaron. Fake to the fullback again, handed off to Trey Wood right down the middle. Great job running the football.
3:52 to go here as they get ready to set the markers for the first down. So let's see, Brewer now with another 3 minutes, 50 seconds to try to do something in the first quarter. Let's see if they can put some points on the board before the end of the quarter. Certainly they're on their way to doing so if they keep doing what they're doing. Cody Wood under center. Gets the line set. He's going to be passing this time. He's looking deep. He's got a man wide open, and he's got it. That is Tyler Hafford. He will be taken out of bounds at about the 11-yard line.
Great play call. Again, when you're going against the team that can just pound the football, Brewer knows that Skowhegan's going to be thinking stopping the run, and so that's going to open up so many things in the back end. You see good play fake. Everybody bites on the run. Great throw and catch. I mean, just wide open. Good job saving a touchdown.
And good camera work right there by our man Hunter Tracy standing right next to us to make sure he got that one on camera for you. As this time some more deception, but this time Skowhegan's all over it. Trey Wood gets the handoff. He goes about a yard or two and then is taken down in a hurry.
Yeah, good job there by Hunter Allen making that tackle.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 7 here, just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, your score 15-8, Skowhegan with an early lead. They have been passing the ball very efficiently. That accounts for both of their touchdowns, as now the Witches will look to either tie the game or possibly even take the lead here as they are into the red zone. And you see, well, that's easy right there. This time there is no deception. It does go to Zach Duncan, and Zach Duncan makes them pay. He goes up the middle for the touchdown, an 8-yard run to get to pay dirt.
Yeah, again, Aaron, the benefit of having so many weapons. Obviously, Skowhegan's focused on Trey Wood, just handed off to Duncan. He didn't take too much for him to get right through there. And so, great run, great play calling. Brewer strikes back, and exactly what we thought, Aaron. Skowhegan tossing the ball, Brewer running the ball.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, all those misdirections that it looked like it was going to Duncan that had us fooled, that didn't fool Skowhegan all the time. All of a sudden, it came back to bite them because they were setting that play up, and they didn't think Duncan had it, and he did, and he's off into the end zone.
This time they hand it to Trey Wood. A lot of fighting up front. Good job by Skowhegan's defensive line there, knocking guys back and making a play. Now you can go off the field with a positive, stopping them on the 2-point conversion, keeping your team ahead.
Yeah, that keeps him with a 1-point lead here. Again, Tyler Bean, their kicker, not playing in this one, or at least not overly active because of dealing with some injuries, so certainly he may have gone for it there. Instead of going for 2, he may have gone for the extra point, but they do not. And this is one of my favorite things at Brewer games. They've got the push-up board there, the JROTC, and you can expect Brewer puts a lot of points on the board, so they're going to be pretty strong. I don't know if I could do what they're doing.
I'll tell you, that's great form, too. I'm fired up right now. I need to get some push-ups in, Aaron.
Today's game brought to you by Tradewinds Market. There might be some room behind me. The Crazy About Football contest is underway at Tradewinds Markets. Enter to win at the Tradewinds Markets all over Eastern and Central Maine. It's simple. Find your Tradewinds Market, locate the Crazy About Football display, pick the score in the Patriots game that week. Weekly prize, a $50 gas card. There will be 2 grand prizes winners of $250 gas cards at the end of the regular season as well. Tradewinds Markets, your corner store, and so much more. Now, Mike, we were on the drive yesterday on 92.9 The Ticket here in Bangor, and I believe you were the one that said it's going to be 27. That's going to be the total score. You nailed it.
I'll tell you, Aaron, the pressure's high on me. I mean, I played in the league. I have to follow through with these, picking the games and picking the scores. But again, I mean, I didn't doubt myself. I knew it.
You knew it. That was probably not the way you expected to get to that 27 number.
No,
but
I was thinking.
You did anyway. And there is Bean, by the way, getting in there and getting a kickoff. He kicks it deep, and he is going to kick it. It looks like it might go back into the end zone, and oh boy, I don't know about that. That might be down at the 1-yard line.
Looks like Bean's healthy to me, brother.
Yeah. Now my question is, in that scenario, if the Brewer player had picked that up, that's a touchdown, isn't it? Am I crazy?
Yeah, no, that would have been. That's a live football. Yeah, yeah.
I saw some coaches on the sideline doing some yelling. I mean,
yeah, you don't want to stand around that. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before, Aaron.
We'll see if we can see it here on the replay. You see, it's number 23. That's going to be Caleb Winter on the coverage. I mean, he could have dove on that.
Yeah,
he had a chance to do it, and it's not like a punt where you have to let the other team touch the ball first.
Yeah, you don't want the other team touching the ball on that play.
That could have been a touchdown for Brewer, but instead Skowhegan will take it over. They will say that it was in the end zone, so they'll take it over at the 20. I don't know if I've ever seen. I've covered a lot of football in high school. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
That is something.
That is a weird play.
All right, so Skowhegan gets the ball. They opt to run on their first play, gain about a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. I can't get over that.
I know
that's just intense. The way that it stops on the goal line.
I was thinking like a punt. I was thinking, let it sit.
Yeah. So was Skowhegan for the most part. You saw one guy eventually dive on it, but both teams thinking it's like a punt. And maybe it is in high school football in Maine, but that's not what I'm aware of. Garrett McSweeney, he's throwing deep. He's going to overthrow his man by quite a few yards on that one, though. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So a Tough play right there for Skowhegan. That'll bring up a long third down.
Yeah, that's the thing with taking a shot on second down and long. You know, obviously I try to think of that down as a get back on track, throw your screens, throw your draws, run play. You want a third manageable. Now they're in a third and long situation. But, hey, I mean, Skowhegan's throwing the ball, so, you know, they're throwing the ball well tonight.
Yeah, they haven't had many issues picking up yards when they need them. So this is one of their first opportunities in their – actually, this is their first drive in their own territory, so we'll see how they can handle this one as McSweeney gets it. He's dropping back, and he's got a man wide open in the flats, and he is going to have a first down. He cuts back and gets just outside the 40-yard line to about the 38. That's Jacob Murray, number 8, the senior running back and defensive back. With the play there, he was wide open, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, it looks like holding on the left tackle, Clement. Looks like he just got a little bit too much of him. I was just about to say good protection up front by the offensive line, but
oh yeah, well,
I mean, sometimes you got to do that. You get beat. You don't want your quarterback getting hit. You do what you got to do.
Blindside protection right there, and well, the only way to protect him at that point was just grab the arm and yank.
Yeah, I mean, with McSweeney, the way he plays and all the yards he's putting up, that's not a guy you want going down for Skowhegan.
So that'll bring up a third and long here once they get set. Certainly not where Skowhegan wants to be, deep into their own territory. And again, this is the first time that they've had the ball inside their own territory. Both times previous, they were at the 50-yard line or so when they started their drives. It'll be 3rd and 22 as McSweeney looks. He's got a man, but he overthrows him by a couple of yards. If he hadn't overthrown him, that ball may be going all the way to the house, but instead it's 4th down and 22.
Yeah, great route running there. It looks like he had him just a little bit too far. That's one of those situations backed up where your offense wants to, put a hard count in there. Try to get somebody drawing offsides. You don't really have too much to lose. They have everything to lose. Get a guy jumping offsides, then throw the bomb. Give yourself an extra play.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 22, no doubt about it. You punt here. I don't think there's any scenario where you attempt to go for anything other than a punt in that scenario, and they will, and the ball is going to bounce, and it bounces all the way to their own 41-yard line. That's where Brewer will take the ball over. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, enjoy the ride. Call 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. I mean, really, who wants to go and vacuum out their car? It's getting to be gravel season. You got the dirt, you got the mud coming in on you, maybe some pet hair. No one wants to deal with that. Just bring it there. They'll take care of it for you.
I feel like you're judging me right now.
I'm not judging you.
Did you see the inside of my car?
No. This time the handoff will be to Trey Wood. Actually, no, it's not. It's Ireland again. See, this is what I'm saying. Their numbers are very similar.
They're doing this because of you, Aaron.
Yeah, well, they may come up with something else on this one because that one did not get them any yards as they get close to the end here of the first quarter.
Here
That's
you can
going
see
to be
Skowhegan all the way up front, just holding the point of attack, holding the outside. Great job by that defensive front, staying in their gaps, nowhere to run.
That'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 yard lines actually is what they're saying now from the 38-yard line. We'll see what they do here. Cody Wood has had some success today throwing the football. That's what they're going to do. He's dropping back. Can't see anyone open, but he is going to go ahead and run it. He sheds a blocker, a defender, and he will be taken out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, right at the first down territory. So we'll see exactly what they call here, but
yeah, Aaron, that was something that coaches have always preached from high school, college, NFL. Swarm to the football. You want to get as many guys as you can there. You never want to assume a guy is coming down. And so Skowhegan does a good job. Second effort there, trying to continue to run the ball. Brewer and Skowhegan just gets their guys there and brings them down.
So it'll bring up actually a 4th and 3. I was a little bit off there with the yardage. 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. This is probably territory where you go for it. A punt's not going to help you out too much at this point, so you might as well just see what you can do here on 4th and 3.
Timeout.
So Skowhegan Brewer, our game of the week this week for Sportsnet Maine and the Bangor Daily News. Next week we will be at Old Town. It'll be Belfast and Old Town Lions and Coyotes. And then, of course, Winslow, the Black Raiders. That'll come up on Friday the 7th, so the first game in October. They'll be playing Foxcroft Academy. And then finally on October 14th, Orono at MCI. We've got some great matchups for you throughout the year. Those are our 3 upcoming games here on the BDN Sports Game of the Week. I'm excited for these.
Winslow, Aaron, the legend of Winslow.
They are tough to beat. You know what? It's one of those teams, I mean, you know exactly what they're going to do, and it just doesn't matter. Brewers a very similar team in that you know they're going to give the ball to Trey Wood, and you can plan for it all you want, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, good call here, by Brewer. You want to work that hard count, try to get the free 5 yards. They jump offside, so obviously your offensive line, you got to be more disciplined. But I like the play call idea. You try to get them to jump off sides on that 4th and 3, get an easy first down.
Yeah, coming out of the timeout, that's certainly not what you'd want to see there. So that'll bring up a longer 4th down. We'll see if they continue to try to go for this one or if they decide to punt.
4th and 8 from the 39.
So it'll be a 4th down and 8 from their 39-yard line, or from Skowhegan's 39-yard line. And it looks like this time, unless it's a fake, they will be punting. So that penalty could prove to be very costly here for the Indians, or excuse me, the Witches. As they do, they punt, and the ball is going to be caught. And what a
fumble!
And at the end of the play, a fumble. I mean, I don't know how he got his hand on him. That was number 7, John Bell, there getting the ball, and it looks like Brewer's going to recover. Mike, I don't know how he made that tackle. It looked like he was going to run right by him.
I'll tell you what, that was great punt coverage. Good punt. Give you guys time to get down there. Great job making a play. I mean, look at your punt coverage team. They're down there. They're right on the back. They're right on the returner. Good tackle. They holds on and just spins around, gets a hand on that football. Brewers guys are right there to capitalize.
Tyler Hafford making the play for the Witches. We saw him earlier making a couple of big plays as a tight end and receiver. Now he's making the big plays in special teams. And we'll see what happens here, as that one not going very far. Trey Wood will get taken down. Maybe a gain of 1 there. Maybe.
Good stop, good play. Skowhegan's defense looking really good against this big Brewer offensive line, and they're doing a good job making plays and keeping that run in check.
You are watching the BDN Maine Game of the Week, brought to you by Sportsnet Maine. That is the end of the first quarter. 15-14 your score. Skowhegan with a 1-point lead. We'll be back with second quarter coverage, getting ahead of myself, right after this.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
We're talking about Brewer and Skowhegan as we get ready for the second quarter. A 1-point lead right now for Skowhegan. Brewer with the ball after a turnover on a punt, a fumble, and they are deep into Skowhegan territory as we start this second quarter. Aaron Jackson, Mike DeVito, we've got Jim Churchill on the sidelines as well. He's also our stat man, if you will, keeping track of all the numbers here, because we all know that Jim is probably the best at math out of the three of us.
And he's like 8 feet tall, too.
He is
Jim's
also
so
he's
tall.
tall, so we can see over everyone else to make sure he gets those numbers right. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. 3rd and 2 here for Brewer as they look to try to cash in on a big mistake by Skowhegan, the fumble at the end of the first quarter. We'll see if they can do it. Looks like they've got an opportunity here, and they're going to break through some tackles, and they are in for the touchdown. That will be a touchdown for Trey Wood.
Yeah, I mean, highlighting again, Skowhegan's got to bring those guys down. And again, Trey Wood is not an easy guy to bring down.
But certainly some good field conditions considering the rain that we've dealt with today here in the Bangor Brewer area as the ball is snapped, and wow, what a play we've got going on here. How about that? A little trickery.
Yeah, a little reverse.
Jack Corey, the senior backup quarterback, will eventually get that, and he'll get the 2-point conversion. Nice play by the Witches.
And here's some more push-ups here for Brewer.
Already up to 22. We're already in the second quarter. You might have to go down there and start doing them for them if they get into the 40s, you know.
I'm going to have to grab a donut. Great play call there. A little trickery. Fake the handoff one way. Hand it off on that receiver, covered in motion. Good job. Good play call.
Today's game is brought to you by Northeast Driving School. They've been Maine's leader in driver education since 1969. The Northeast team is experienced, professional, and dedicated to their students. Greater Bangor's #1 is Northeast Driving School. Call 942-1769 or register at northeastautocycle.com. So obviously they do, cars and things like that, but it sounds like, northeastautocycle.com. If we want to get our motorcycle license, I think you and I could do that.
We certainly could do that. I need to go to the driving school.
Yeah.
It's funny how you forget how to drive after a while.
Yeah, the blinkers aren't as important as you get older.
That's
right. Isn't that how it goes?
Blinkers aren't important.
Speed limits are a suggestion. They're not necessarily.
I think about that all the time, Aaron. If I had to pass that test now, I would fail miserably.
All right, so Brewer has their first lead of the game, 22-15, as Tyler Bean will kick off. That means Skowhegan will take it. And it looks like, oh, wow, another fumble for Skowhegan. And you can see Nick Arthurs on the sideline. He did the Tiger Woods move. He got into a crouch. He gave a big old fist pump, and all of a sudden, Brewer again getting another big special teams play.
Yeah, you got to hold on to that football. Brewer again capitalizes on a Skowhegan mistake. Good job covering downfield. Good job hitting at the football. That's something that's especially with limited practice time, that's hard to teach that. And these, Brewer's doing a good job getting their hands in there, poking at the football.
1st and 10 for the Witches.
And it was a good play because this was going out the gate, and boom, he just reaches in there, gets enough of it. Good heads-up play there. Brewer building on the momentum.
68.
And how about that? Your kicker, Tyler Bean, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, kicker as well, is the one that ends up recovering that ball for the Witches. So
he's looking good.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, they were talking about some injuries with him. He looks to be okay to me. They'll take over at the 41-yard line. The first ball will be incomplete. That one intended for Zach Duncan, who we saw earlier get the touchdown. Cody Wood, just a little overthrow there.
Yeah, again, I like the play calling, though. I mean, you got Skowhegan thinking run, fake the run, play action, get your quarterback rolling out, get him protected. I think that's going to open up. Yeah, I mean, all those other things will open up. And so Skowhegan's doing a good job right now of staying disciplined and reading their keys and not focusing too much on one guy. But here's the issue.
That is the issue indeed. As Trey Wood gets it, he's off to the races, and he'll take it down inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. A 12-yard game for Trey Wood. And just when we were talking about how Skowhegan has done a pretty good job of keeping him in check, he finds himself some open space and is off to the races.
Yeah, offensive line does a good job blocking on that play, caving down that left side. And Trey Wood you could have drove a Mack truck through that hole, but got Trey Wood run through there, getting a great first down.
Here we go, the handoff again. They'll be running it left-hand side, and Wood will get a couple of yards on this one, down to about the 25-yard line. This time we've got a little bit of an end around here as they hand the ball off, but some slippery turf once again leads to a guy falling down. That'll be Tyler Hafford. Line is set around him. And he will be running and throwing, and it's tipped. And that ball will go down as an incomplete pass. A nice play right there by the defense of Skowhegan to make a play on that one, though I'm not sure if he had the receiver he thought he did anyway.
Yeah, it looks like good coverage downfield, but as a defensive lineman, that's the one thing they taught us all the time. If you ain't going to get there, get your hands up. You see J.J. Watt and guys like that getting tip balls all the time. Great heads-up play by the defensive end there.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 6 from the 25-yard line. Again, you would expect in this scenario, Brewer will be going for it, certainly. We'll see what the play call is. They have had success, again, 3rd and 4th down, throwing the football when needed, but they've also had plenty of success with that man, and that's who they give it to. It's Trey Wood, and I don't think that they got it.
No, great job by Skowhegan responding to the turnover.
So Skowhegan will take over after the turnover on downs. They will start with the run game as well as the Indians try to move the ball. It's Jacob Murray getting the carry there for the Indians.
Yeah, same kind of idea. Get some runs going, try to open up that pass game, get guys filling the box. And one thing we always try to do is get a team one-dimensional. And so both teams are trying to be as open as in their playbook as possible to keep defenses guessing.
Again, if you weren't with us for the first quarter, there he is, Garrett McSweeney, the man that everyone wants to talk about for this Indians team, just missing his receiver on that one. A close play, but McSweeney, 38, well now more. He had 38 touchdowns entering this game and 3 interceptions. He's thrown a couple of more touchdowns already, although the first one was a fumble recovery, so I don't think it would go down as a passing touchdown for him. So 39 on the year.
How about Cameron Barnes, though, doing a great job filling that #1 spot. And I like his route running, getting open. I mean, he's been open a bunch of times here, just getting overthrown a little bit, but doing a great job running those routes.
And it's funny, you don't see many quarterbacks with the number 82, but that's what McSweeney wears. I don't know if that's a specific thing to him or if that's what the team gave him or what the story is there, but it's an odd number to say the least, as Murray will get the carry here and won't go too far with it.
Yeah, a little screen pass. Good idea, good call. Obviously 3rd and long. Defensive line hand in their dirt, thinking rushing the passer, but Brewer does a good job responding to the screen, swarming on the football, making a play.
4th down and 7, and you would expect the Skowhegan in their own territory, deep in their own territory, will be punting here, so Brewer will have a chance potentially at a return.
McSweeney in punt formation.
Good kick by McSweeney, and it goes down just past the 45 and into Brewer territory, but right back into Indian territory comes Tyler Hafford. He's got himself a big gain down to about the 35 or so. Today's game is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. It is the Sportsnet Maine Game of the Week, brought to you, of course, also by the Bangor Daily News.
This is a new division, too, right?
Well, they switched it up on me. They made it, it used to be East and West, and now it's North and South, which is technically more accurate, as the pass right there complete to Hunter Umel. Nice play right there for the Witches. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. So they changed it to be more representative of the way things were actually set up in the state of Maine. So now it's North and South as opposed to East and West.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
But for me, covering high school sports for 7-8 years beforehand as East West.
Little change up for you.
Yeah.
Again, keep you on your
talk
toes.
about sudden changes.
There you go. Sudden change.
It's not so sudden, but I'm still trying to deal with it nonetheless. 2nd and 5 as the handoff goes to Trey Wood. He's got some operating room. He has gone past a few guys, a couple stiff arms. He's going to the corner of the end zone, and he will jaunt his way into the end zone there for a touchdown for Brewer. That makes it 28-15. Just like that, Brewer has opened up a pretty big lead.
Aaron, I don't know how many missed tackles I counted on that one, but it had to be half a dozen.
So let's see it one more time here as, again, Wood going on the right-hand side. He has a quick burst through. By the way, nice blocking right there up ahead of him. Great play, and I mean, just he's got some room to operate. That's
funny
for
because
sure.
Skowhegan's doing a good job holding the point, but, you know, Wood just needs a little bit to get out of there and does a good job breaking free. And then you see once the big man gets running, it's hard to bring him down.
And again, this Brewer Witches offensive line, if you haven't seen them, and defensive line as well, since they play both sides of the ball, they are big boys. I don't know what they put in the water here over the last few years, but they are some very large boys up front for Brewer.
It's the water. I got to go get some.
I don't think you need any more.
Great play.
I think you're big enough.
Colby Coro again. Great job. Great play. Nice stick up front.
So there you go. They will not be successful in a 2-point conversion. That keeps the score 28-15. Today's game brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank. For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations and 750 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank committed to one simple promise: you matter more. A squib kick and smart play right there by Skowhegan. Don't try to do too much with it. Just essentially fall on the ball. Jacob Murray there gets it and just says, you know what? I don't like what I see in front of me. I'm just going to take one for the team and lay down.
Yeah, good job by Jacob Murray. A heads-up play. I think Brewer's kind of thinking those guys are going to drop back and try to get into their blocking schemes, and Murray does a good job of keeping his eye on the football and not running back into position too quick and making that play.
And our Jim Churchill has been on the sidelines here. We haven't tossed it to him yet. I think he's feeling a little lonely. Let's hear from Jim now.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah.
Just a couple of quick numbers. Trey Wood, 16 carries, 98 yards here in the first half with 3 touchdowns.
Oh, face mask on Brewer. Good defensive play, but those penalties, they should shoot yourself right in the foot there.
McSweeney under center, or getting the shotgun snap, and he's going to find a man open in the flats, and they're going to run for a few yards and get close to the first down. It's Mike Berry, the senior wide receiver there, making a nice run and catch. All right, McSweeney drops back. He's got a man open. A beautiful play right there. It's Tyler Scott with the beautiful catch, just getting past his defender down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. right on him. Jack Corey, I mean, he was right there running with him, and he somehow found that pass in there. McSweeney will run it this time himself. He gets a couple of yards gain there. That'll bring it up to about the 17-yard line or so. That should tell you all you need to know about his decision-making abilities back there behind center, as he will look to pass again, and he's got a man open, and he's got some room to roam, and he will get down to about the 10-yard line. That's Jacob Murray with the play.
Good job by Skowhegan. I like their resolve. They're not packing it in. They're not letting anything get them down. They're continuing to move the football, make some positive plays, taking it one play at a time.
And watch the hit McSweeney took at the end of that one from his blind side. If he was a second later, man, he got pancaked. He got taken down. He's perfectly fine, good to go, but that's not what you want to see for your star quarterback, getting hit like that. Now, at halftime of this game, we'll hear from Nick Arthurs, the Brewer coach, and his father, Butch Arthurs, who used to coach at Belfast for a number of years. He retired and then joined Nick Arthurs' staff here at Brewer eventually, and now the two coach together. Nick following in his father's footsteps. We'll hear from Pete Warner and the two of them here at halftime.
Yeah, that football bloodline, that's so important when you have, your father teaching you about the game.
Garrett McSweeney could probably teach us a thing or two about the game here as well. A beautiful pass right there, and a great play overall by Skowhegan leads to another touchdown. That is Cameron Barnes once again making the play.
Yeah, Skowhegan doing a great job getting open. And again, we're not saying it enough, that offensive line is doing a great job protecting up front.
28-21, that gives Skowhegan the touchdown as they'll look for the extra point, which is blocked. Austin Lufkin coming up the middle, making a nice play right there for the block. That'll keep it 28-21 with 3:44 to go here in the second quarter. Today's game, the BDN Maine Game of the Week, brought to you by Greenway Equipment for the best in John Deere sales and service. It's Greenway Equipment, 2 locations, Bangor and Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment, nothing runs like a deer.
I need Greenway to come to the house. My my lawnmower's broken.
I know, you were telling me that earlier this week. Now, luckily, you're in that part of the year where, the grass grows pretty slowly.
That's
so
true.
You just got to make sure you don't let Rocco out and he kind of gets lost in the grass. That's your big issue right there.
I don't think Rocco will get lost back there. He's too big.
Tyler Hafford here with the return for Brewer as he makes some nice moves and gets out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Big hit at the end of that play right there. There is a flag down. Garrett McSweeney, the quarterback and leader for these Indians, and he's likely to be called for hitting out of bounds.
Great field position for Brewer.
Yeah, so 45-yard line is where Brewer will take over. You can expect to see more running, and there it is. Trey Wood with the nice move, the stutter step, and he gets down inside the 35 into the 30, and there is a fumble on the field. Both teams on the ball. We have yet to see. It looks like the refs are saying it's Skowhegan football.
Yeah, again, great job getting your hand in there. Big guys running. You get a back running free like that. That's the first thing you're trying to focus on. Pursuit to the football and then ripping at that football, trying to get it out. Good run by Trey Wood, trying to make a play.
Came up from behind him there and forced that fumble. We have seen, I don't know if it's the cold weather maybe with their hands or if it's just that there is some kind of dampness in this air and it was raining earlier on the field, but
Aaron, we've practiced that. We had practices on Fridays where we would work hawking a guy from behind, where you're a defender, you're pursuing the football from behind because that back is looking straight ahead. He's trying to make cuts, he's trying to make plays, and he's not focused on keeping that football tight. Great job, great heads-up play by Skowhegan.
We have seen a ton of fumbles in this game so far. We'll have to see if our Jim Churchill has been adding them up as the handoff this time goes to Murray. He's got himself a big gain. He will get down past the 40 into about the 43-yard line. Nice play there by Murray and the Indians to get immediately out of their own territory about to midfield.
And Aaron, I mean, when you run that spread offense, you're getting everybody out of the box, and it leaves these downhill runs open. You have those 5 wides, 4 wides. You got backers that have to get out of the box. It lets gives you a bunch of lanes up front.
McSweeney looking to pass this time. He finds a man in the flats, but great coverage that time. That'll be Tyler Hafford bringing him down. Great play by Hafford to just make the right play and make the tackle quickly.
Yeah, Hafford, a captain on this team, and he wasn't fooled at all by that play. Good job. Whoever's the last person to score going into halftime has like a 90% chance of winning the game.
Really? Yeah. Well, they have a chance here, and I thought they had him. Looked pretty open. Did John Bell? Just couldn't quite make the connection there, but if they did, I'm pretty sure that one's going to the house.
I'll tell you what, Aaron, this three-headed monster at receiver with Barnes, Bell, and Bradley, these guys are doing a great job. Between the three of them, they have 7 touchdowns on the year, over 600 or 500 yards receiving. they're doing a great job stepping in for Sean Savage, a leader on this team who goes down at wide receiver. These guys are doing a great job filling in.
That'll bring up 3rd and 12, 2:11 to go here in the second quarter. Certainly still plenty of time for Skowhegan to put something together if they can get a first down here. McSweeney drops back. He finds his man, and they are going to get that first down. It's Tyler Scott who makes the nice play and gets the first down here on BDN Maine's Game of the Week, brought to you, of course, in part by Sportsnet Maine as well, and Time Warner Cable Community. Watch your magazine on Time Warner Cable Community Channel 9 every day at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and 11 p.m. You can't say your schedule doesn't fit one of those ones. Learn about people, places, and events in the local area, as well as what is happening nationally in the news in the areas of medicine, entertainment, finance, and travel, only on Time Warner Cable Community Channel 9. As a missed snap there, McSweeney manages to pick it back up and go forward, but he's going to lose a yard on that one. In that case, he was running back before he really had it. McSweeney will go again. He's got some pressure, but he's going to find the open man. It'll be close to a first down. He had time to throw, but he had to move around a little bit to get it as he drops back to pass once again. He's got a man open again, and it's going to be a diving catch. And it looks like they're going to say incomplete there on the sideline, so no catch. Today's game brought to you by Tradewinds Market. The Crazy About Football contest is underway at Tradewinds Markets. Enter to win at the Tradewinds Markets all over Eastern and Central Maine. It's pretty simple. Find your Tradewinds Market. Locate the Crazy About Football display. Pick the score in the Patriots game that week. Now it's the combined score. Weekly prize is a $50 gas card. There will be 2 grand prize winners of $250 gas cards at the end of the regular season. Tradewinds Market, your corner store, and so much more. And I know for a fact also that they have 50-cent buffalo wings on football Sundays, as well as $6.99 family-style pizzas, 16-inch pizzas. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Tradewinds really is your corner store and so much more.
They really
have
are.
Everything.
55 seconds to go here as you see another nice play coming out of the backfield is Murray. He will be taken down inbounds just outside the 20-yard line, so getting close to that red zone, but they're also running out of time on that clock. 43 seconds, the clock now ticking as they get closer and closer to that touchdown, and McSweeney's going deep, and just over the outstretched hands of his intended target in the end zone. Nick and Butch Arthurs, the father-son combo that's on the sidelines here for Brewer. McSweeney, all kinds of time. Talk about that line. He just had all day to throw, and he does eventually find his man down the field inside the 10.
These are the harder play calls to make. Do you run the football, 22 seconds left?
McSweeney throws it out, and it looks like he's going to have it down about the 1-yard line. John Bell making the diving play, and if McSweeney put a little bit more on that thing, you may have a touchdown. But instead, they'll have it on the 1-yard line. 12 seconds to go. We do have a timeout for you. Today's presenting sponsor of Sportsnet Maine's Game of the Week, Quirk. Quirk Auto Group, it's your car. Find it at Quirk. They have all kinds of cars. I know that for a fact because I drive by them every day to go to United Technology Center, where I also do some teaching, some molding of young minds, which is a scary thought.
Yeah.
As we bring up 1st and goal from the 1, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They will try to run it, and they will get into the end zone, so a touchdown for Skowhegan. 7 seconds left here to go in the second quarter, and they have a chance to tie this game.
Hand it off to the big guy. Who's that? Is that 67?
Yeah, it looks like it was number 67. That'll be Kobe Bailey.
Give it to the big man. I love it. Give an offensive lineman an opportunity to get in there and make a play. I love it.
Now, did he do a touchdown dance after? I didn't see one.
You need to throw a dab on there or something. We don't get a lot of opportunities to be in there.
Yeah, that's a good
You got to have a dance ready.
So that'll bring up a chance here again to tie the game, and
almost blocked again.
I was going to say, I thought for a second it was blocked. A low liner gets through the uprights, and we've got ourselves a tie game as we get to half. So I think we all knew this was going to be a close game, Mike, but I didn't expect it to go this way. It was Skowhegan jumping out to a big lead, Brewer making a huge comeback to go up 13, and now all of a sudden we find ourselves at a tie game here as we enter halftime. Oh, no, they are going to get the handoff here.
Give it to Big Wood. Let him run downfield.
We'll see what he can do with it. He will go out of bounds. And that will end your first half of play. Mike, it's been a very exciting one. We will break this thing down here coming up in the Tradewinds halftime show. Your score right now, 28-28 as we get ready for halftime. Brewer and Skowhegan, 2 undefeateds, tied at half.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. you know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Auto and Cycle School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors are experienced, professional, and caring. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastautocycle.com.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Welcome back to Doyle Field here again. Your score at the half, 28-28. You are watching the live stream of this game on BDN Maine as part of Sportsnet Maine as well. It's our game of the week, and our presenting sponsor for the BDN Maine Sportsnet Maine Game of the Week is Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. We knew this was going to be a good game, Mike, and we talked about it in the pregame. One team likes to run, one team likes to pass, and so far we've seen both. Skowhegan, though, jumping out to a huge lead early on. The first play of game, they get a fumble recovery after a nice completion for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, big play there on the first play. Brewer with the big guy running downfield there, down the hill, and so it's been Wood and McSweeney. I mean, that's what we knew coming into it. Those were the two guys. Those were going to be the focal points of both teams, and those guys have really not disappointed.
And talk about a roller coaster of emotions. You start with Skowhegan jumping out to a big early lead. Then you have Brewer make a huge comeback to go up 13, and it seemed like Brewer had all the momentum. They were going to get the ball after halftime. Skowhegan was in trouble, and they score with 3 or 4 seconds left to go in the second quarter to end up tying the game at 28 apiece.
Yeah, Skowhegan does a great job of answering. They had some turnovers there. They were able to get their defense back on the field and stop Brewer from scoring. And then, Skowhegan's offense was able to go down and punch the ball in a couple times, tie this game right back up. Great job, great resolve by them.
So that'll do it here for our first part of the halftime show, but I'm very excited to let you know that coming up here, Bangor Daily News' Pete Warner talked to Nick Arthurs and Butch Arthurs, a father-son coaching duo on the Brewers sideline, to talk to us a little bit about that here in the Tradewinds halftime show. We will have that coming up next.
So we're here with Brewer coach Nick Arthurs. Nick, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about having the opportunity to coach with your dad, have him as a member of your staff. How long was it after you were hired at Brewer that you thought about maybe he might be a good addition?
Well, I mean, both times, both at Old Town and here, going into an interview, right at the end of the interview, one of the last questions they were asking me is your dad going to be on the staff as well? So, not much of a thought, or not too long of a thought comes to mind when asking my dad to be on staff. I mean, he's been an unbelievable coach in his career, and he's someone that loved to be around. The kids love being around him.
How would you sort of describe, Butch, the father-son dynamic when you're on the same staff, and in a situation like this where Nick kind of has the final say, I would guess, in many things? How does that give and take kind of evolve over the course of time now that you guys have had a chance to work on it?
I try to be as quiet as possible, but certain things happen, and certain things are said, and sometimes they're in support, and sometimes it's, what are you doing? And most of the time, he's made a good decision. A couple of times I've been right, and so I kind of gloat about that.
I'm walking up the sidelines with the headset on, and he's always right there behind me. And if I have a suggestion on a play, he's always right there to either back it or contradict it. So I mean, he's just a good person to have around. I tend to make some brash decisions at times, and he's there to bring me back down to earth. So it's real helpful to me, and it's a lot of fun.
He has an ability, like most good coaches, of being able to see the field and know what needs to be called out there. So he's done a good job with that, and I try to stay out of it. You know, a lot of my old habits come into play, and so I contradict him a couple times with those things, and he knows it's all for the good reasons, but you know, it's been good.
Might get upset with him every now and then because he doesn't like my way of thinking at times, but you know, for the most part, there's no problems at all, and you know, I wouldn't want anybody else right there behind me helping me out.
Nick's pretty fortunate with the staff he's got here. He's got a lot of experience. You know, when you think of Dennis Kyer and Dana Corey, been around, and his young coaches are also great coaches. He's really fortunate to have a great staff. So, and everybody is, you know, pitches in and gives him ideas and support, and you know, that's what you got to have at this level.
It is the Tradewinds halftime report here on the Sportsnet Maine and Bangor Daily News Game of the Week. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our first half highlights as some stats as well.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. Dean's gift cards are always the perfect gift for the holidays. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Welcome back to the BDN Maine Game of the Week presented by Sportsnet Maine. Your score at the half, 28-28, a tie game between the Skowhegan Indians and the Brewer Witches. And we want to get you the first half highlights here. There have been plenty of them. We're going to show you some from both teams here as we get going into the first quarter of action. And you can see Skowhegan got things going here. I believe this was the first play of the game. McSweeney finding an open man, and this is the craziest play you'll see all day, other than the kickoff maybe that we saw, and that there was a fumble. Skowhegan recovers, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Indians.
Yeah, great pass and catch there, and great heads-up play by Bell getting on that football and scoring a touchdown.
So here we go, continuing this one. Like I said, there are plenty of highlights. This is when Brewer really started to take over in the second quarter. You see Trey Wood one more time. He has plenty of space. He's breaking tackles. He's going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown, and it looked like, Mike, at this point, Brewer might actually try to run away with this one.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're up 2 touchdowns. Great job by Trey Wood there, staying behind his back. You know, a lot of times these young backs, they get excited. They try to, you know, make plays, and good job by Trey Wood being patient, letting his blocking unfold in front of him, and then hitting the hole, and you can see it's hard to bring him down.
And so just like that, Brewer takes the big lead, but back comes Skowhegan. As you see, they just kept on coming in this one, and the final seconds of that first half, as you see the touchdown right there for the big man, that's Kobe Bailey getting into the end zone.
I love it. Now we just need to get Big 67 touchdown dance. Get him doing something. You don't get those opportunities very often, Aaron.
Yeah, we got to work on that. Now let's check in with our sideline reporter, Jim Churchill. As I said earlier, he's keeping track of all these stats for us here in the Skowhegan Brewer game, and I'm sure he's got some numbers for us.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron. A shootout here at Doyle Field at the half, 28-28. Brewer outscoring Skowhegan 15-14 in the first quarter, I should say. Skowhegan outscoring Brewer 14-13 in the second quarter. Garrett McSweeney, 22 pass attempts. He's completed 15 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cody Wood, 3 for 5 for Brewer passing. He has hurled for 69 yards here tonight. Rushing, Trey Wood, another great effort here tonight for Brewer. 18 carries for 124 yards, 3 touchdowns for Trey Wood. And receiving, Cam Barnes, 3 receptions for Skowhegan for a total of 75 yards. Tyler Hafford has 64 yards in receptions here in this first half. He also has 57 return yards as well. Total yards, 206 for Skowhegan here so far tonight, 214 for Brewer. So that says a lot right there for the closeness of this ball game. Penalties, 3 for 30 yards for Skowhegan, 4 penalties for the Witches for 30 yards as well. And in the turnover battle, Skowhegan has turned it over twice. Brewer has turned it over once.
So there you go, Jim. Thank you very much for those numbers. I appreciate it. Brewer, at the beginning of this game, they pulled the Patriots. They decided to defer, as often teams will do. That means that they get the ball here to start the second half. It seems like, Mike, that's always a good strategy. If you win the coin toss, get that ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and I always loved it being a defensive player, getting to run out there first, get the butterflies out, get to hit somebody quick and get the game rolling. I always hated it when the offense would have like a, not that I wanted them to have a good drive, but they'd be on the field 10, 15 minutes and you're still sitting on the sidelines.
So here we go, a squib kick. That one is going to go out of bounds. That means an automatic penalty. And Brewer will start off with good field position here as they get going in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little bit too much of that ball on the side, kicks it out of bounds. Brewer got to take advantage of this good field position. Maybe start off with a shot like Skowhegan did in the first half.
Yeah, one play from scrimmage and Skowhegan scored a touchdown, albeit it was a nice pass play that ended up getting to a fumble recovery in the end zone for a touchdown, so kind of a backwards way of scoring the points, but they did so anyway, and it looks like we're going to re-kick this one.
Well, I wonder what maybe I'm not sure. How does that work, Aaron? Do they get a choice? Or?
I would imagine in this scenario that they probably would have the choice of declining and choosing to re-kick. I'm not sure why Brewer would do such a thing, but they might get some better field position here. If this one does manage to stay inbound and Brewer will take it over, we'll see if they can get a couple extra yards, and he will be taken down at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, no question.
The handoff will go to Wood as he finds himself some room here. A nice stiff arm, and he goes out of bounds on the other side of the 50. So just like that, one play, and they're already in Indian territory. I mean, I expect this one's going to go right down to the wire. I don't want to jinx anything and, knock on wood, say overtime, but certainly we're already, this game has just been so back and forth. You almost kind of come to expect it at this point, but certainly plenty of football left to be played as Wood hands off again to Wood, and he's going to make some nice moves and get down inside the 40 to about the 36.
Yeah, Aaron, and here you see the benefit of the hard count. Gets the defensive lineman to jump, he's out of position, and then, they're able to block him a lot easier. See 54 jumping, tackle gets right on him, opens up that hole. Trey Wood takes advantage of it. That hard count was always a pain for us up front. You always had to try to be aware of, especially you get guys like Brett Favre, Tom Brady, who are really good with it. No question there.
So Wood, this time the handoff will go to Garrett Ireland.
Safe calls, run the football.
That is what they'll do. It's again Garrett Ireland with the carry. He'll grab a couple of yards there, a couple of hard-fought yards. That'll leave a third and, as you said, fairly manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Again, you're almost probably in 4-down territory. You just go for it. You get it down to 4th and 2, 4th and 1. Hand it off to the big man again.
Especially at the conversion rate that a lot of these high school teams see on 4th and short, as the handoff this time will go to Duncan, and Duncan is stopped.
Duncan on the carry.
He may have gained a yard there. That'll leave 4th down at about 3.
Yeah, good job again by Russell Bradley making a play in the middle there. He's been all over the field tonight. You see him on offense and on defense making plays, and so really impressive job there. Nice defensive stop. Yeah, you see Brewer lining up in the same formation, 2 tight ends on.
It'll be Cody Wood this time. And he's got some room. He's off to the races, and he is in for the touchdown. How about the blocking by Trey Wood ahead of him on that one, making sure he had some operating room. And on 4th down and 3, that is a play call we did not expect. I don't think Skowhegan expected it, and it paid off nicely.
Yeah, is there anything Trey Wood can't do here? Great job. Cody Wood stays behind him.
He had 3.
Nice block.
He had 3 Skowhegan Indians in front of him, and he was managing to keep all 3 of them at bay. 34-28 as they will go for 2. We'll see if they are successful here to add to their total. Wood rolling right. Looking for a man, can't find it. I guess he's going to try to run again, and this time he will be stopped. So the score will remain 34 28. This is the Bangor Daily News Game of the Week, brought to you in part by Bangor Savings Bank. For over 160 years, Bangor Savings Bank has been serving Maine people and communities with over 50 locations, 750 employees statewide. Bangor Savings Bank is committed to one simple promise: you matter more. I've got a Bangor Savings Bank debit card right in my wallet. Free ATMs everywhere I go. It's fantastic.
That's a great benefit. I got to get on the Bangor Savings Bank bandwagon now. How about junior ROTC, though? I'll tell you, the men and women that serve this country, see these kids this young already getting involved in working towards a military career. I really respect and impressed with that.
Oh, absolutely. As Brewer kicks off to Skowhegan, let's see if they can have more success than they did in the first half when it comes to not fumbling the ball. That one, a beautiful hit right there. Tyler Scott had the ball. He managed to maintain his possession of it, but that was quite the hit. Now, I know you love to tell me the story about the time that you got to one Peyton Manning. That's something that I can always see the fire in your eyes, man.
You got to love bringing a guy like Peyton Manning down. Never was able to get Tom Brady, but Peyton Manning was a good one.
Skowhegan with their first possession, and now this little screen out to the right. We'll bring up a few yards here. That's number 27, Cooper Holland. We said we'd hear his name quite a bit, but it looks like there is a face mask penalty on the field.
I'll tell you what, this is a good job by Brewers, number 3 there, the cornerback. You want to get outside and force that back to run back inside to where your pursuit is coming.
I'm guessing Nick Arthurs is pretty hot over there right now on the sidelines as McSweeney gets the ball, and there's going to be a penalty here on this one as well. It looks like this one's going to go against Skowhegan. There are quite a few hands in the air. Was there false start? Is that what they're calling? It will be, in fact, a false start on Skowhegan. Today's game is brought to you by Dean's Detailing. They've been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, enjoy the ride. Call 945-3016 as you see a play in the backfield for the Witches. Book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. That right there, some details on that play because he knew exactly where that ball was going.
Yeah, Austin Lufkin, number 61, doing a great job making a play, stopping the outside run. Here's a kid who already has 19 tackles and 2 sacks on the year, and really a leader on this team. And I mean, another kid that looks the part. You can see he looks like a player out there. Nice play, tackle for a loss.
Yeah, talk about big kids. There's a lot of them on Brewer. None bigger than Austin Lufkin. He is a very big boy. As McSweeney looks at 2nd and 17, and the pass is complete. And possibly a touchdown-saving tackle right there. John Bell with the reception, and he'll be close to the first down markers.
John Bell is having himself a day. I mean, he is running some great routes, making some great catches. And here we see good protection up front. You see a three down front. I haven't seen that too often in high school, but great throw and catch. Looks like he came up limping a little bit.
Now, they've already had some injuries. I believe it was Sean Savage, their leading receiver, Mike, that is out for this one and possibly out for the season, which is unfortunate for the Indians, but they've managed with it despite that. And, well, look at this. There's some room, and he's off to the races. He's going to be gone. It's a touchdown again for Cameron Barnes from Garrett McSweeney. We have heard Barnes' name time and time again. He is a big play threat for the Indians, and he burns the Witches again.
Yep, Barnes, Bell, and Bradley. I mean, these guys are doing a great job, these 3 receivers. And see on the play flake, toss it out. And it's nice. You get your big athletic guys out there on the edge, let them run around, make plays. And great job there by Barnes, just turning on the jets.
And how about the blocking there from Brett Guimont getting ahead of the play? He pancaked 2 guys on that one.
Yeah, I mean, Skowhegan's playing really good football right now, and that's key. You got to get your guys out there on those wide receiver screens and get them making blocks, and Skowhegan does a good job. That comes down to technique and discipline.
So your extra point is good, and that gives Skowhegan a 1-point lead, 35-34. So back and forth we go yet again. Not to say this wasn't expected, but, well, it was expected.
Yeah, this is a really, really good game right now, Aaron. Both teams trading punches. And continuing to do what they do. We haven't seen any change up in offensive styles, defensive play, same game plan, just who's able to withstand the blows.
And it may come down to whichever team has the ball last at this point. That's what I'm thinking, is whoever has the ball last in that fourth quarter may have a chance to take away a win on this one. Today's BDN Maine Game of the Week is brought to you by Northeast Driving School. They've been Maine's leader in driver education since 1969. The Northeast team is experienced, professional, and dedicated to their students. Greater Bangor's #1 is Northeast Driving School. Call 942-1769 or register at northeastautocycle.com. 6:14 to go here. Again, a 1-point lead for Skowhegan. They just took that lead. 35-34 as Brewer will look to see what they can do with their next possession. Another squib kick here. This one right down the middle. Fumbled, but eventually recovered, and Brewer takes a couple of yards, and that's about all they're going to get as they are brought down at about the 41-yard line. And the other thing with the squib kicks is you see Wood going off here, and a couple of stiff arms, but he's not able to get much out of it with a squib kick. Not only are you getting the potential bobbles, but you're also giving it to some of the bigger boys, the guys that are supposed to be blocking, and all of a sudden they got a ball in their hands, and most coaches will tell you at that point, just fall.
It's not a good feeling, I'll tell you. I've been there. You already got it on the 40.
Wood this time handing it off yet again, and a nice play right there. That will give the Witches the first down. Trey Wood with the carry. Trey Wood seems to, he goes at it. He literally will run at the defensive player and say, come get me, big boy.
Yeah, reminds me of Adrian Peterson.
Wood again with the play, cuts back. Not able to get too much, but he does gain a yard or two there for the Witches. It should bring up second and about 8.
No change in game plan here. Just keep on pounding.
We'll see what happens here. 2nd and 6 is what they're calling it. So they gave him a couple more yards than I thought they would, and the handoff is again to Wood. He'll get a couple of yards. That's about it. We'll see if they can do that. I like that term, bring in the funk, as the handoff this time will go to Zach Duncan. Duncan will gain a few yards. He's shaken up on the play, but he'll get close. In fact, he will get a first down on this one.
McSweeney already over almost to 1,000 yards for the season.
Snap bobbled there by Wood. He's just lucky to grab it and fall over, if you will, and he may have even gained a yard on that when you saw assistant coach Butch Arthurs, the father of Nick Arthurs, the head coach there on the sideline, take his hat and just throw it in disgust.
I mean, that's day one stuff. The one thing you're practicing over and over again is that QB center exchange. That's got to be flawless every time. And I've seen coaches get more mad and make us run more laps from bobbled snaps than anything else.
3:30 to go here in the third quarter. 35-34. Skowhegan with a 1-point lead. As we see Brewer with a 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. The handoff this time goes to Ireland. Ireland has some space. He's breaking tackles. He's off to the races. He gets taken down. A shoestring tackle, but he'll be going down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, great run there by Ireland. Bradley has him wrapped up in the backfield, but Ireland just keeps running his feet. Great touchdown saving play. I think that was Mike Berry there.
Good enough for another Brewer.
Bradley was right there. Again, running tough. Got to make that tackle. You got to run your feet, wrap up. Good job by Bell saving that touchdown.
Nice way to lower the shoulder right there for Ireland, but you're right, that's a tackle that probably the Skowhegan Indians wish had been made, as we'll see a 1st and 9. So 1st and goal here for the Witches as we see the ball going left, and he's stumbling, bumbling. He is a touchdown. It's Duncan again, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Talk about Trey Wood all the time, but sometimes that misdirection when it comes to Zach Duncan gets the job done, and Brewer retakes the lead, 40-35.
Yeah, Zach Duncan, again, a captain, leader on this team. You see him just pitch it out there, get him to the outside. You don't usually see that for the fullback running on the outside like that. He got some speed, lays his shoulder, nice hit, nice finish there. Nice play call.
Yeah, so once again, Brewer takes the lead, and it appears they will go for 2 on this one to try to give themselves a 7-point lead as opposed to 6. That's a very important fact here as we get closer to the end of this game. Wood will pass it, and he's got a man, and he's going to be dragged short. So the 2-point conversion will be no good. Today's game, the Bangor Daily News Game of the Week, is brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
I think I saw Jim eating a cheeseburger down there.
Oh, I don't know about that. Kickoff for Brewer. Going to have a nice opportunity for return here for Skowhegan. It's going to be John Bell, and he's going to race down the sidelines down to about the 38-yard line before he is taken out of bounds. Nice kickoff return right there for John Bell. Jacob Murray with that run on the last play. We're going to see another pass in the flats. What a play to pick that off the ground, and they're going to rule it dead. McSweeney gets it. He's looking, gets hammered, but before he does, he throws it to Bell. Bell cutting back. He's got the ball. He's making some cuts. He's trying to make some moves. He'll get taken down in a fumble. Goes out of bounds at this about the 26-yard line. Happy feet, I believe, is what they call that when guys got to get a little sketchy. Is this time it's going to be McSweeney running and gets pushed down. Almost took out the ref in the process. He'll be close to another first down. I know back in his Colts days, Peyton Manning was always accused of happy feet.
Yeah, happy feet. Tom Brady, the same thing. Whenever we were going into New England, you had to get as many guys back there. You hit him, you get him thinking people are coming, and that was one of the keys to our defensive game plan. And that's any quarterback. The more you hit them, the more they're thinking, and they're seeing ghosts out there. But great job by McSweeney picking things up with his feet. Again, when you're throwing all these bombs downfield, it's going to open up that middle for the run game and for you to scramble out of there.
McSweeney has it again here in the shotgun. He's going right, and he has his man, and it's a touchdown. Wow. It's going to Bell. A little unclear whether or not he was going to have that one from this angle, but he manages to get down onto his knees, and it doesn't matter after that because that ball gets right into his stomach.
John Bell is having himself a game, man. Great job coming up with that football.
Bell getting the touchdown, and now they'll go for two, and Bell made the touchdown catch, but he couldn't make that one. That ball a little too fast for him, through the hands, incomplete. Trade Winds Market's also crazy about football. Their contest is underway at Trade Winds Markets. Enter to win at the Trade Winds Markets all over Eastern and Central Maine. It's so simple. Find your Trade Winds locally, locate the Crazy About Football display, pick the score in the Patriots game that week. Now, again, it's the combined score, so in this case, the answer is 27 because there were no scores from Texans, by the way, yesterday in last night's game. And then you get weekly prizes as a $50 gas card. If you have your name drawn and you correctly pick that score, you get the $50 gas card. There will be two grand prize winners of $250 gas cards at the end of the regular season. Trade Winds Market's your corner store and so much more. I was in one the other day, and I will tell you that they had a 6-inch bacon cheeseburger sub for $2.99. Extra $1 if you wanted the fries. How about that?
I'm having another donut now. Why'd you do that to me?
Another squib kick, and this time Brewer takes it back past the 40 down to about the 42, and that's where they will start. So again, great field position for the Witches. The handoff is to Wood. Wood fighting forward, gains about 3 yards. He'll get taken down at about the 45-yard line. 10 seconds to go here. They'll get one final play, will the Witches, and it's going to be another run. And it's going to be Wood one more time, approaching first down territory, up over the 50 and into Skowhegan territory as we end the third quarter of play. You are watching the live stream of Bangor Daily News' Game of the Week. It is Brewer down 1 to Skowhegan, 41-40 as we get ready for the fourth quarter. That's next on your BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Welcome back to Doyle Field in Brewer, where we have a battle of the undefeateds. It has been as advertised right now, 41-40 as we get set for the fourth quarter on your BDN Maine Game of the Week. The Skowhegan Indians right now with a 1-point lead as we get ready for the fourth quarter of play. We want to let you know about a very good local show that I happen to be a part of that I absolutely love. I'm talking about The Drive. Catch The Drive weekdays 4 to 6 p.m. on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The Drive, your sports, your show, your teams.
Good play.
Jim Churchill's looking at me, also a member of The Drive, and he's saying, it's your sports, your teams, your show, Aaron.
We got
what
a
is happening
recovery
here? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess was there a fumble, or was the play blown? It was blown dead, wasn't it? I heard a whistle, and then about 10 seconds later, I see someone streaking to the end zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like they gave him the first down, no fumble. Again, good run by Brewer, just a quick little handoff. Get yourself the first down. Keep the clock running.
So again, 41-40. This has been as advertised, an offensive battle. I wouldn't be shocked if we see 100 in this one, Mike. It's at this point, it's a possibility.
Yeah, without question. Both of these offenses are on fire right now. And I mean, Brewer's not doing much different. They're coming out again. 2 tight ends on, eye backs.
Oh, that's going to be a false start. It looks like on Brewer. Lufkin a little too excited perhaps on that one, and that will push them back. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 42-yard line.
Brewer on their own 48.
So the 48-yard line, not the 42. Again, math not the strong suit for us two in the booth, especially me. Wood has it. He goes right. He breaks a couple tackles, draws some guys with him, and is going to be taken down right at midfield. So Brewer will have the ball at the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 13 to go. So 2nd and 13 here for the Brewer Witches. Cody Wood going to throw it this time. Doesn't have anyone open. He's taken down in the backfield. He slipped on that one. A nice play by Jacob Murray, the running back for the Indians, also playing some defense for them, and he didn't necessarily sack him, but he gave him enough pressure to make him think, and that's all it took to make him slip and fall.
Yeah, I love it. Bring him right off the edge. Bring the cornerback right off the edge. See Jacob Murray just enough to bring him down, but great defensive call. Blitz the cornerback. You want to disrupt any kind of passing game. That's how you get it done.
Cody Wood will have it. He'll fake the handoff. He will be throwing. He's going to be lofting it way up there. Almost intercepted. Tyler Scott there had to go through his hands. 4th and 25 in their own territory. They certainly don't want to turn the ball over here, so they will look to gain some field position at the very least on this one. And that ball, I don't know if it was blocked per se, but they might as well have blocked it because it went off the side of the foot, rolling down to about the 44-yard line. The handoff goes to Wood. Wood, a couple of stiff arms, throwing guys off of himself and getting out of bounds inside the 40. He's down to about the 37.
2nd and 1 from the 37.
So 2nd and 1, 37-yard line for the Brewer Witches. 9:29 to go, and that was interesting. I'm not sure. There was no flags on the field, are there? But, I mean, it seemed like something happened there. There were some guys that were moving before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, it looks like half the line got the snap count, the other half didn't, but it all works out in the end. 1st down, Brewer.
And certainly both teams have had that most of the game here. Cody Wood at quarterback for the Witches as he gets his line set once again. The handoff is going to go to Trey Wood. He gets met right at the line, and he is going to be just taken down as there's a little bit of extracurricular activities after the play there. That'll be Devin Dressler, the senior defensive lineman, wrapping him up as Brewer now has a 2nd and 8 from the 33-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff again. This time we talk about that misdirection to Duncan, and it works again. Brewer just continues to do that. Every once in a while they'll have a fake handoff to Wood, they give it to Duncan, and Duncan seems like every time is able to take a big game.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about how hard Wood is running. Duncan's running hard as well. I mean, you can see, look, big legs, low to the ground, and he just takes off. Great job of reading his blocks, getting to the outside. Again, that fullback dive is hard. It's such a quick hit and play, and when you got a big offensive line, you see Duncan hiding behind those guys. It's hard to locate him on defense, and so he takes advantage of the opening and does a good job getting the 1st down.
So 1st down from the 22-yard line here for the Witches. Again, they are on this drive now because of a roughing the kicker penalty they had given the ball back to the Indians earlier, and the penalty allowed them to get the ball back at midfield, and so far they've taken advantage of it. We'll see if they can find their way into the end zone here, down 1 midway through, or just about in the 4th quarter, as we're going to have another penalty. Is it too many men on the field, perhaps, or is there something else going on? Delay of game penalty, okay.
I'll tell you, that's really disadvantage to the defense. I can't tell you how many times I teed up a snap count because I knew the play where the play clock was.
Here comes Wood again, rumbling forward. He'll gain a couple yards there, likely get back to about where the original line of scrimmage was, maybe even a little bit past. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 here on this next play. The handoff is to Wood. Wood's got some blocking in front of him. He's got plenty of room. He's cutting. He's weaving. He's going all the way into the end zone. Trey Wood yet again pickpocketing his way, if you will, or picking his way through to the end zone for a touchdown. 46-41. The Witches retake the lead yet again.
Yeah, big Trey Wood showing you he's not just he's not all fours. He can bring some finesse in there, and you see him bouncing around, some nice moves, using his side to side, his agility. Just finds his blockers, gets to the open field, and walks it in. Nice run.
Beautiful run right there. 20-yard gain, good for the touchdown. And again, they find themselves with a 5-point lead. They're going to try once again, I would imagine, here to go for two to make it a 7-point game. And this one, we talked about the last one being crucial, Mike. This one probably even more so because you're getting down to the wire here. And at the very least, a 7-point lead is much better than a 5-point lead.
Yeah, definitely a big play. And Skowhegan's done a great job. They got to dig deep and try to make another one here.
And it's going to be a run by Wood, but not the Wood you would expect. This time it's Cody Wood, and he's going to get in. He makes a couple of nice plays and finds himself just barely into that end zone to give themselves a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it looks like Skowhegan almost has him there on the edge. It's tough to bring a quick guy like that down when he's in the open field, and so obviously fake to Wood, smart play call. He gets out on the edge and just a nice little juke move, and he's right in.
Nice play right there by Wood, finding the space and making a nice move there with the juke. And they find themselves up 7. It's 48-41, 7:08 to go here in this game. A battle of the undefeateds. Today's game, the BDN Maine Game of the Week, brought to you by Time Warner Cable Community. Go behind the scenes of local theater, get weekly listings of what's happening in entertainment with Onstage New England, your magazine airing every day at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and 11 p.m. only on Time Warner Cable Community Channel 9. They also have Genevieve Morgan, author of the Five Stones trilogy, on the Writer's Zone. She'll sit down with local authors and talk about their writing process and what is behind their books. The Writer's Zone airs Sunday at 7 p.m., Mondays 6:30 p.m., Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m., and Fridays at 4:30 p.m. only. Again, it's Time Warner Cable Community Channel 9. Let's go down and check with our Jim Churchill, who's on the sideline of this one.
Okay, Aaron, Trey Wood was our BDN Maine player of the game a couple of weeks ago when we were here for Mount Blue, and Brewery's making a bid here again tonight. How about this night for the running back for the Witches? 34 carries, 222 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Say that one more time. You say 422 yards?
222.
222. I thought I heard you say 400. This techno music is throwing me off a little bit. If he had said 422, I'm pretty sure I would just leave now and just say, Trey Wood, you're a beast, man. Go home.
Give him the game ball.
Yeah, at this point, why even bother?
Nice coverage by Brewer downfield, making a good play. And this is where those special teams plays are coming in big. Now you're giving Skowhegan a much longer field to deal with. Great play on special teams there. Aaron, this is when it all comes down to all the off-season workouts, the training camps, the running. All you parents listen, when your kids are out working on football, it comes down to these type of situations.
You're absolutely right. And again, they start with the run. We said they've been doing it forever. These last few times, they start with that run. This time it's Murray, but he's taken down. Nice play right there by Hunter Umel with the stop. And nice play.
Yeah, really good play there. And again, I mean, this is Brewer smelling blood in the water a little bit. I think you can see Skowhegan might be getting a little bit tired up front. Brewer's fired up. You can see the sidelines fired up. And so, Skowhegan's got to dig deep right now and continue doing what they've been doing, throwing the ball downfield.
Here is Garrett McSweeney. He turns and spins, and the ball is going to be over the head, and they roll it dead. A lot of the Brewers sideline saying that was a backwards pass, in which case that would be a fumble and not an incomplete pass, but the refs disagreeing with that sentiment. The Patriots will be seeing some Rex Ryan next week when they take on the Buffalo Bills. Who knows will be a quarterback at that point for the Patriots, as maybe they could just bring in Garrett McSweeney. That one's going to go incomplete off the hands of Russell Bradley.
Close.
But, I mean, what we've seen from McSweeney today, I'm pretty sure he could win with the Patriots.
We were talking about this before, Aaron. I think I could go back and play quarterback for New England, and they would win.
It's probably a very good possibility.
Good job again of McSweeney staying in there with pressure in his face. I mean, he's got his feet planted. He's following through with his throws. That's tough to do when you got guys, when you got guys in your face like that.
We haven't seen many stops in this one, but Brewer's going to get a big one there as we're going to timeout. And just keeping up to date here with your timeouts, Brewer has all 3. Skowhegan has 2. So both teams with some timeouts here as we get into crunch time. 6 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Skowhegan will punt it, almost is blocked. And you can hear the sideline yelling poison. No one's going to be touching that one, and it'll go down to about the 48-yard line in Skowhegan territory. Now, we mentioned that everyone's had this game circled on their schedule, but did you know that you should circle some other games right now? Break out that calendar because we've got some great games coming up. Next week, we'll be in Old Town. They'll be taking on the Belfast Lions. The week after that, as part of your BDN Main Game of the Week, will be Winslow at Foxcroft. And then October 14th, Orono at MCI. We've got some great football action here coming up over the next couple of weeks. We will get you all excited about every single game.
You're fired up right now.
They are, because it's just it's fun, and I love high school football, and I think everyone loves it as well. And I mean, you look at this game, and it's just this one in particular has been an amazing game so far, and I'm excited to see how these final 6 minutes play out.
Yeah, when you think Friday Night Lights, this is the kind of game you're thinking of.
So Brewer now with a chance to put this one a little bit further out of reach for Skowhegan, and they started out with a nice run right there by Trey Wood. He is taken down at about the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of almost 18 yards. You saw what happened again when they bring those linebackers up. What happens is all of a sudden it's your cornerback's responsibility to bring down a guy like Trey Wood. And no offense to the Skowhegan cornerbacks, but Trey Wood's a big boy, and I wouldn't want to be them.
Aaron, I'm not bringing Trey Wood down. He is a big man.
Another nice play there for Brewer, gain of a couple.
59 doing a great job plugging the middle.
Brewer is looking to potentially take a bunch of time off the clock and score as well, as you see them get ready to set Cody Wood back there, and he gives the handoff one more time to who else but Trey Wood, who gets a couple of yards, bowls over a guy, and will bring up likely a 3rd down and 5.
I felt that hit in my chest up here, Aaron. That was some stick right there by Trey Wood. He's doing a great job continuing to run physical. I mean, there's just no quitting this kid. He looks like he was playing, in the first quarter. I mean, he is not tired at all. He is bringing the funk out there.
And now that being said, he is going to be on the sidelines for this play as he gets a quick breather. May have had the wind knocked out of him a little bit right there. So it brings up 3rd and 4. They do have a couple other good running backs that we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, and Zach Duncan being one of them and Garrett Ireland the other. This time it looks like the handoff will go to Ireland, and he gets stacked up at the line. He will not get the first down. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Witches. All eyes are going to be on Wood, but maybe it's Duncan that makes the play. That's certainly been the case here quite a few times, and sometimes Cody Wood takes it himself as well. So some options for Brewer. This time the handoff is to Wood, though, and, well,
yeah,
I mean, what can you say at this point? What can you say about Trey Wood?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. You got 5 yards to get. Go behind your veteran offensive line on that right side and hand it right off to Big Wood, and you see, I mean, he's not even worried about bouncing out. He's
Two
just head
guys
down.
just knocks them both over.
Yeah, right
whatever.
down the middle. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys it takes to bring him down. Most 4th and 5 plays, you're thinking of something different than just a handoff down the middle, but when you got Trey Wood, all bets are off.
He could be on his way to a 2nd player of the game. He was here just a couple weeks ago. We were playing Mount Blue, and he got the player of the game, and certainly I'm guessing Jim Churchill may have him tabbed up for that one more time here. 1st and 10 from the 16. The give is up the middle, and maybe a yard or two on that one. 2nd and 9 from the 15. Some flags here on the field, all over the field.
All kinds of false start.
And Skowhegan only with 1 timeout left.
Yeah, I mean, just keep running.
Oh, well, there you go.
Do that.
Yeah, that works too. Trey Wood into the end zone for the touchdown. Right up the middle he goes, and that may very well ice this one as he gets another touchdown for the Witches.
Yeah, Trey Wood just having an incredible game. I mean, I can't think of anybody else get the game ball but this big man. I mean, good job. Again, being patient. A lot of times you see these guys that have this physical and this speed, and they rush things, and he lets his blocks set up, lets his fullback get in the block, cuts it upfield, makes a good read, good run. I mean, this kid's impressive all around. You've seen the power, you've seen the agility, you've seen the patience, the smarts. Just had an incredible game.
54-41 your score, 2:23 to go in this one, as again they'll go for 2, will the Witches, to try to make it a 56-41 game. Now, you never want to count Skowhegan out because of their ability to throw the football, but this is a big hole to climb out of here if you're the Skowhegan Indians, as we wait to see whether or not the scrum in the center there, if
conversion is no good.
It'll be no good. Cheerleaders, 54 push-ups they're doing right now.
Wow.
And some of them are taking it very seriously.
That's a full workout for me is 40 push-ups.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now, again, their body weights are a little bit different than ours, but still, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I know for a fact I could not do 54 push-ups.
That's a lot of push-ups.
So Brewer looking to move to 4-0 with a win in this one. Nice play, though, for the Indians as they'll pick up a first down.
2-minute situations, they were bringing the funk just like every other situation.
The ball going deep, a little overthrown by McSweeney. The good thing about passing a lot is that, of course, the game clock stops when there's an incompletion, as you see a pass right there. Penalty marker on the field. I'm guessing it may have something to do with roughing the quarterback. The play doesn't really go very far. Murray stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
Not with McSweeney, but in games, those kind of plays, even though you get the penalty, those can really shake up a quarterback. Not that you want to do anything dirty.
And
but
McSweeney's been hit hard a few times in this one. He is standing there. He is a tough kid. He's continued to be incredible, and he's got a wide open man here, and it's caught. Down inside the 10. He's dragged down at about the 8-yard line. One more time. It's Cooper Holland. Yeah.
Just like you said, Aaron, I mean, this was a kid that they were going to highlight, and he's coming up now at the end, and you can't count Skowhegan out. This is the type of plays they can make. Those big plays and in crucial situations. You see, great run. I mean, he was wide open, 2 guys on him, and he was still able to get over the top and make a play.
Tyler Hafford making the saving tackle there. 1:30 to go. As McSweeney looks, and it's going to be incomplete. This is where it gets a little bit tougher, though, when you're a passing team, because the Witches have a lot less room they have to defend at this point. As McSweeney drops back, he throws. It's going to be incomplete. McSweeney dropping back again. He's got a man, and it's caught. Oh, is it not?
John Bell
From this angle, it looked as though he caught it. I mean, it hit him right in the hands, didn't it?
So close. Bell has caught so many passes today, made so many plays. You know, that's tough. That's one of those ones I'm sure he's going to want back. But again, I think we've all been there.
Had to jump up and get it, and oh man.
So just in and out of his hands.
Just in and out. So that brings up 4th and 9. Minute 7 to go here. 54-41, Brewer with the lead. Skowhegan trying to get something going here. 4th and goal. This is it. Probably the last gasp for the Indians. McSweeney has it. He drops back, and he is going to be taken down. Austin Lufkin, the sack, and that will do it, you would imagine, on this one, as the Witches make a huge play on defense. 4th and goal.
Oh, I love the dance, too. Austin Lufkin does a good job getting off the football, works an edge rush, little swim move. Perfect play, perfect timing for it. As a defensive lineman, you can't be anything but fired up. I mean, that's when you want to make a play, when it really counts. Great job. Again, a leader on this team, weight room guy that's respected. Great play. I mean, that penalty on the punter, that was the play that ended up killing Skowhegan.
Brewer will continue to run it. Yeah, they're just going to take the knee here, but I mean, that's, I don't care if it's 300, if it's 250, if it's 200. What he did today was absolutely incredible. Trey Wood having just another amazing game for these Brewer Witches.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be happy if you're a Brewer. This was really a really good performance. Trey Wood just having an outstanding game, and supporting cast did a great job as well. Duncan doing a great job as that kind of that 1-2 punch in the backfield, and then the right side of that offensive line with Graham, Lufkin, and Green opening up holes, and then Lufkin on defense making that finishing play, that sack, that last play that ended the game for Skowhegan. And so, but hats off to both teams. Everybody fought right till the end, and I think a lot to be proud of on both sides. When you go back and look at this tape, I mean, anytime you can put up 41 points, 54 points on offense, that's a really successful day. And so a lot of positives for both teams. Now you regroup. You don't get too high, you don't get too low, and you get ready for next week.
Take a quick break. We'll come back, reset, wrap this thing up, and talk to Trey Wood here as we wrap up your BDN Maine game of the week.
Hi, I'm Jim. I guess I'm just looking for the ideal partner. I love being out in the wild. I want someone who gets along with my friends, someone I can really connect with. Hi, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Tradewinds is pumped up to fight cancer. Tradewinds donates 1 cent for every gallon of gas sold to support cancer care patients, helping your neighbors in need.
I was coming 5 days a week for chemo and radiation. My husband was diagnosed a month after I was. The gas cards were a lifesaver. You know, without them, there's just no way we could have done the treatment. There's just no way.
Thanks for joining Tradewinds in this initiative. Get pumped up to fight cancer at Tradewinds.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Auto and Cycle School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors are experienced, professional, and caring. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastautocycle.com.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Welcome back to our BDN Maine Game of the Week. The Brewer Witches taking it from the Skowhegan Indians, 54-41 is your final score. Trey Wood, 280 yards for the Witches. An absolutely incredible performance, and you're going to see some of them right here. Just what a play. I mean, the kid is just... I can't even call him a kid, right? I mean, he's a man. He's out there, and he's just taking guys over and rolling them over. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's a great point, Aaron. I mean, he really looks like a grown man out there. Just doing a great job. And you could see in some of these different plays, he has some agility and some quickness as well as that just linear explosion. And so here he is, again, being patient, just, tackle after tackle after tackle, just running through guys. I mean, just a great job all game for this kid. I'm not sure how much better you can get, but that's impressive.
You see again Trey Wood breaking through, going into the end zone for yet another touchdown, one of his many touchdowns here on the BDN Maine Game of the Week. Again, we will take a break. Coming up next, we will talk to the man of the hour. We're talking about Trey Wood here on the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm looking for the perfect match. I need someone who's good with kids. I could definitely use a helping hand. I just want someone who really gets me. Hi, I'm Sharon. Nice to meet you.
It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
Okay, welcome back here to Doyle Field, down on the turf here at Doyle Field with a couple of happy witches. We'll start with Austin Lufkin, one of the veterans on this team. Austin, a shootout here tonight, kind of the last team with the football, but you got the break on that roughing the punter and then a big stop defensively. You guys took advantage here.
Yep, definitely. We definitely did. We had great line play up front. Our backs were saying big holes all day long. I mean, our DBs could use a little bit of work. We're going to come back next week against Coney and hopefully show out because they're another passing team.
Yeah, it's really a grind in this Class B North. You just knocked off one of the better teams in Skowhegan. You got some other big games coming up.
Yep, we got definitely the second half of our season is going to be the harder part, and hopefully we're going to overcome it and come out on top.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right, now we'll talk with our BDN Maine player of the game. We may have lost track, but I had you around 40 carries, a little over 280 yards. Not a bad night at the old ball field.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad night at all. I mean, our line did a very good job. I mean, those holes were huge, and us backs just pounded the ball, and we came out on top.
Yeah, just talk about the coaching staff as well. You mentioned the offensive line. A lot of fire on that sidelines with this Brewer Witch coaching staff.
I mean, we got a lot of years of coaching in our coaching staff. We got Coach Kaya, Butch Arthurs, Dana Corey, and obviously Nick Arthurs. But all together, they bring the intensity for us, and they get us pumped up for the game.
All right, we're not going to be at your next game, but the last two games we've been here at Doyle Field, you've been our BDN Maine player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jim. Jim, our resident statistician, as well as our sideline reporter, doing a great job as always. We've got our final game of September coming up. Belfast at Old Town as your BDN main game of the week. Then after that, Winslow. I know, Mike, you know a thing or two about those Black Raiders against Foxcroft Academy. And then October 14th, Orono at MCI. I mean, that's a pretty good schedule.
Yeah, that's a really good schedule, Aaron. How about we're already halfway through the season?
That's crazy.
Football goes by so quick.
It really does. I can feel it in the weather, though. It is a chilly night out here. You can see our breath at this point. You can see a little bit of fog perhaps coming off the field there in that shot as the teams here wrap up. Again, one more time, 54-41. Brewer coming away with the win over Skowhegan in your BDN main game of the week. That'll do it for us here at Doyle Field. Aaron Jackson, Mike DeVito. I want to thank one more time our director, Kim Mitchell of Digital Workshop. From Replays, Chelsea McKay. And our cameraman, Alan Brownywell, Hunter Tracy, Jay Baines. This has been your BDN main game of the week, sponsored by Quirk. We'll see you next week.
BangorDailyNews.com. We bring Maine together.
The BDN Maine Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is also brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank, Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, and by Time Warner Cable Community, Dean's Detailing, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine.